Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge, and what I have for you this time is the Spyderco Dragonfly. So let's get it open and get some size comparisons out of the way. We'll get size comparisons, talk about specifications, then I'll get into the review and all that good stuff like I always do. So let's talk about size here. So here it is up against the Benchmade Bug Out. Here it is up against the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Let's see. Let me get another bigger knife out here. Then I'll get another smaller knife. Which bigger one do I want to go with? Let's go with the Benchmade Contigo. And how about the... Let's see, the only other small one I have with me here is the Kershaw Launch 10. And if you'll see overall, it's a slightly bigger knife than the Launch 10. However, the Launch 10 has just a hair more cutting edge than the Dragonfly does. So, yeah. Let's talk about specifications on this thing now. Overall length on this one is 5.61 inches with a 2.28 inch blade length. So, you know, and I think that's talking about the total blade length, because the blade length on the Launch 10 is 1.9 inches, making it California legal. However, the cutting edge, so the overall blade length is more than the Launch 10, but the cutting edge is like 1/10 of an inch smaller or so than the Launch 10. I mean, probably not even that much. I mean, when I say it's a hair, I mean the Launch 10 is just a hair longer. This one is VG10 steel, made in Seki City, Japan. So this is unfortunately not a USA-made Spyderco. The handles are FRN, so fiberglass reinforced nylon, so some kind of fancy plastic if you're not familiar with what that is. It is a lock back. You'll see right here, there you go. There's the lock back on it. It is right hand or left hand tip up carry, and because of it having the lock back, that means this is a totally ambidextrous knife. It has Spyderco's wire pocket clip. Let's see, what else can I tell you about it? It's like a lot of Spydercos, it's got a flat grind on it, so that flat grind really makes for a good slicing blade. Let's see, what else? I guess that's going to be about it for specifications, so let me get in the review. I like this knife, but I don't love it. And it's just a few little things here or there that make me not absolutely love it. So let me start out with what I do like about it. It fits in the hand great. You see it's got this front finger choil on it here with some jimping on it, a lot like the Paramilitary 2 does, okay? So that helps you to choke up on it a little better. Same with this one, helps you to really choke up on it. And with it being such a small, fine blade, that really helps you do some detail work if you need to. Has a really fine point on it. Come on, focus. Work with me here. Come on, buddy. There we go. Has a really fine tip on it, so it's great for piercing. Like I said, it's got that flat grind, so it's really great for slicing. There's people that love it and people that hate it, and I'm one that love it. Spyderco's bidirectional grip on here. I love it personally. Like I said, I know there's people that hate it. Same with the handle material that it's made out of, the FRN. I've got nothing against it. It's a good, sturdy handle. And, you know, for the price, I can't complain about it. VG10 steel, I'm okay with VG10 steel. Again, that's another one of those things that I know that there's people out there that hate it. I'm absolutely okay with it. It takes a good sharp edge. It holds it okay. You know, I think one of my other knives that has the VG10 steel is the Spyderco Delica, and I've had it for 3-4 years now, and I think in that amount of time I've had to sharpen it maybe 3 or 4 times, okay? And it gets a lot of use at home, okay? So I mean, it's a good steel, it's easy to sharpen, and it holds the edge okay, all right? Let's see what else. It's got some jimping on the back here with and of course on the blade. So with a small knife like this, that really helps you get a good grip on it. If you don't want to use this front finger choil, you can go down to a 3. Yeah, when you got it like this, for me anyway, for my hands, that's a good 4-finger grip. If you don't want to use that front finger choil, it still makes a good 3-finger grip. I get no hot spots with it whatsoever. This wire clip really is a good profile, and it doesn't like come up aggressively on that ramp there, so really don't even notice it when you're holding it. I got no blade play in any direction, but I had to tighten it down a little bit to do that. So mine's a little tight. I mean, not like unbearably tight or unreasonably tight, but it is a little bit tight. But I did that to eliminate the blade play, because beforehand there was just a little bit in the side to side here. Let's see. This one I got in, I think they call it Zome green. It's Z-O-M-E. I assume that's pronounced Zome, but it's kind of this black and green sort of camo-ish pattern. But these come in all kinds of colors too. They even make these in their, I think it's part of their Salt series, which are knives that are made with H1 steel, which, if you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's a steel that is basically impossible to make it rust. I mean, Blade HQ even did a video where they left one in some really salty lake somewhere for like a year or something like that. Okay, I don't remember exactly, but they left one buried in a lake for a long period of time and came and dug it back up, and it was absolutely fine. So yeah, it's H1 steel is one that's really, really hard to make it rust. It's nearly impossible. So yeah, what complaints do I have about this knife? For one, blade centering is not ideal by any means, and blade centering wasn't good before I even tightened down on the pivot, okay? The blade centering is something I just have not been able to fix. Now, it doesn't really scrub when you're closing it. However, if I can get it on here, when you open it and you have to apply the pressure to open it, it does scrub right down here, and you might even be able to pick that up on the blade itself. Yeah, you can kind of see it right here, where it actually does scrub when just apply the pressure to open it. Another thing too that I know people either love or hate is the wire pocket clip, and I'm kind of middle ground on it. It makes for good retention, easy in and out of the pocket. However, it will move on you, okay? I mean, like, drastically if you're not careful. You see how I'm making that thing turn and rotate? And I've even heard stories of people's actually popping out of the little grooves here for it, okay? I haven't had that problem. I just know that I've seen and heard of people that have, so just something I wanted to make you aware of with that. Let's see. That is probably really about it for my complaints. So, I mean, again, as far as complaints, nothing huge. I wish that, I've never had a problem with blade centering on a Spyderco. This is the first Spyderco I've ever had where I've had issues with blade centering, especially to the point where when I open it, it does make it scrub just because of the pressure I have to apply to get it open. I mean, it can, and it's small enough to where even with a lockback, it can still be an easy one-hand open. Well, of course, one-hand open, but even an easy one-hand close, okay? So, yeah, let's talk about price on this thing now. Right now on Blade HQ, these are just under $62 or $61 and some odd cents. I'm kind of on the fence about that too. For not a whole lot more than that, you can get a Delica, and any Spyderco fan, pretty much any Spyderco fan, will tell you that the Delica is just a wonderful, wonderful EDC knife. This is one that I EDC'd enough, or I carried enough to be able to give you a review on it, to be able to, feel strongly about my, feel strongly about my opinions, to be able to tell you what I think of it. And since then, I haven't carried it like when I'm going out or anything like that. It's more or less, man, I got things all out of whack, didn't I? It's or at least at some point in time I did. It's one that does find its way into my pocket sometimes when I'm just at home, when I'm staying at home all day or something like that. Just want to have a little knife on me in case I need one for something. So it still finds its way into my pocket for that purpose. But as far as it being like a true everyday carry knife, it's not for me. Now, again, is that saying that it's not a good knife? No, it really is, especially if you're looking for something, about this size. So, like I said, just under $62. To me, that honestly seems a little bit pricey, at least for what I got. If the blade centering weren't an issue, maybe if it had a different pocket clip, I wouldn't feel so strongly about that kind of seeming a little expensive to me. But then again, on the other hand, you're paying for this right here, right there, Spyderco. That's what you're paying for. And then on the other hand, Spyderco has a really, really good warranty program, really good customer service. So, you got to weigh all those things in when you're talking about price. So, I mean, it's okay. $62 is okay. Let's see. Do I have anything? Do I have anything with me that I can compare and say, but you can get this instead? No, I really don't. If you're looking for something absolutely tiny, check out the Spyderco Man Bug or the Ladybug. They're these absolutely little bitty things, but they're still like $50 or so. Okay, so price, it's I would like to have been less, but is it so much that I go, no way I'm paying that for it? Well, obviously not, because I have one, right? So, yeah. I lost my train of thought. So, I mean, yes, overall, this is a good knife. The price is okay. The couple of things I had to complain about, the biggest thing to me is that blade centering. I wish that the blade centering would have been better on this one. And to be honest with you, blade centering isn't really a complaint that I've heard a lot of with the Dragonflies. So I just, my luck, I just happened to get one that has that as an issue, okay? But then again, like I've said in some previous reviews, I have to review what's in front of me, I can't just say, these things don't have issues with blade centering, because obviously mine does. And as far as the pocket clip, it's okay. It really is. I haven't had issues with it. I see where there could be some potential issues, but have they occurred with me yet? No. So, I mean, if this is about the kind of thing you're looking for, then sure, go ahead and get one. It's a great knife. But if you're kind of on the fence, you're not really sure what you're looking for. You want like a Spyderco or maybe even something this size, but just aren't dead set on, a Dragonfly. Look around. There's some other things. You could pay a little more for a better knife from Spyderco. You could probably pay about the same for just as good a knives, or maybe even slightly better knives from other companies. Okay, so do your due diligence, do some research, do some shopping around. Okay. But again, if this is what you're looking for, sure, get it. I'm not going to tell you, it's not bad enough where I'm going to say, this knife's awful, don't get it. Okay, not by a long shot, because, again, this is a good knife. Like I said, I like it, but I don't love it. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going to have to leave it. Like it, but don't love it. So guys, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Instagram. It's @PalmettoEdge. And y'all have a good one.